Hey fellow pilots, in this video I want to share with you some of my experience what I gained after a month of flying in FPV. Yeah, I know I'm not a professional pilot, just a beginner as you, but at least I can help you with some hints and advice to have an all-full experience in FPV flight. So let's get started. Hint number 1. Play a lot of simulator. Why? Because that is the best way to improve yourself and test anything in a completely safe environment. Let's face it, to get into the FPV freeze or freestyle or racing world you need a considerable amount of money, and it depends on your setup, and no one wants to waste their money because of a dumb crash. Hit number 2. Get hang-on controls, pitch, roll, yaw and throttle. On simulator you can practice it as long as you want without fear of crashing your stuff. Let me explain this command. Throttle means your gas pedal. If you push it, the drone will go up. Yaw means that you can spin the drone to left or right 360 degrees. Pitch means when you push it forward, your drone will lean forward and go faster, and if you push it backwards, it will lean backward and basically you stop or fly blindly backwards. Roll means that your quad will roll left or right. It behaves exactly like your pitch. Yeah, I know. For some of you these are self-explanatory, but it's better to be explained than not. Hint number 3. Learn to fly it in steps. Every modern quad, which is a racing quad, has 3 flight modes: angle, horizon and acro mode. Angle mode means self-level mode. It remains self-level without a stick input. In this mode your pitch and roll is limited to a certain angle and you cannot do flips and rolls. It's good to say that this mode is great for starting because you can go upside down and have a crash from disorientation. Horizon mode is an advanced self-level mode. Here your pitch and roll are not limited and you can do flips and rolls, but if you let go the stick the quad will self-level himself. The inputs however are more sensible. Acro mode. This is the hardest mode, but this mode is that we have to master. Here you don't have limitations and the quad will not self-level itself if you let go of the sticks, so keep that in mind. Good to mention that acro mode requires stick input to manually return the drone to level with the horizon, and your pitch and roll inputs determines how fast the drone will rotate on the axis. Long story short, if you push further it will rotate or lean faster. If you push it a little it will rotate or lean slowly. Fly this mode step by step. First angle to get hang of controls, after when you go around with ease. Going horizon to do some flips and rolls. Here you can learn how to do properly, and when you are good with it, go full acro and have fun. Hit number 4. On your first flight search for big empty spots where are no obstacles or anything that can bother you. Big gas fields are best for practice. Okay, so how do we start the flight? I know you've seen a lot of pilots doing crazy stuff, but your goal is to cruise around and practice simple turns with roll and yaw coordinations. Before you take off, go ahead and take a look for your surroundings. It helps a lot to coordinate yourself and get some idea that where are you. And until you are a beginner, never go out of your line of sight. Don't go too far, because if you have a crash, then you will have a hard time to find it. Bear in mind, these quads have a signal range and it depends on multiple factors. Your quad receiver antenna's quality, your RC controller type and its quality, the amount of obstacles what are interfering the signal. More obstacles, especially metal, can mess up your signal and get you on to failsafe. Failsafe means your quad lost the signal and is uncontrollable. Don't forget to set your failsafe before flight. This is very important. I have another good thing to you. Don't panic, even if you crash. I know, it's hard to believe, but quads are most days are very durable. You can crash a lot and they will get the beating and they will survive it. Okay, sometimes it will not because you have a lot of speed or you just hit a pole or something which is metal, but these quads are pretty much like a puzzle, so you can change anything on them, so you don't need to get afraid of it. But bear in mind, if your quad is an expensive one, like I don't know, you watched Le Drip rig build, it was very expensive, and you said, okay, this is what I want. Bear in mind, if you crash, you will need to pay a lot of extra money to get extra stuff because they fly with expensive quads. So expensive stuff means a lot of money of waste. You can upgrade, however, when you crash something and you say, okay, I crashed my motor, I want another one, a better one, then this is how you upgrade your quad. At first you need a cheap quad which flies good and nothing else. I know sometimes it's better to buy a drone which is already set up and you need to do some sort of adjustments and then fly it, but the biggest fun and the better way to do it is to build yourself, because you will gain experience, you will know how the quad works, and this is how you learn your quad inside and out. And if you will have a failure, I mean an ESC failure or a motors failure or an FC failure or anything, then you know what to do and you don't have to buy another drone because you don't know nothing about it. And on the internet you can find cheap quads, how to build it, how to properly do it and how to fly it. So go ahead and search a little before you buy a real drone. But I advise you, before you go out and buy a real drone, go and buy a simulator like FPV Freerider Recharged or Liftoff or some kind of simulator and practice a little bit to have some experience how it flies, how it goes, and then go out and buy a quad, because you know it's expensive and not everybody liking it. Somebody is and somebody are not. So this is what I wanted to share with you. At first, I know my language sucks, but what can I do? This is not my mother language, and I've tried my best to give you some informations, because I saw a lot of videos about this stuff, but didn't find nobody who has videos from the beginning and see how it evolves himself. So from here I've got my idea to do this video for you guys and have for you. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Have a nice day and goodbye.